Chapter 13 is going to go ahead and take a look at what do we do after we have payroll calculated and we've paid our employees. We have not gone through and affected any accounts for dealing with payroll, so that's what 13 looks at, taking the information from our payroll register and journalizing transactions for that. So our two learning objectives for section 13.1 is to be able to analyze payroll transactions and to be able to journalize payroll, including employee payroll taxes. Our first term that we have coming up is taking a look at salary expense. Basically, payroll information for each pay period is recorded in the payroll register. Each pay period, payroll information is also recorded on employee's earnings record. Separate payroll accounts for each employee are not kept in the general ledger. Instead, accounts that summarize total earnings and deductions for all employees in the general ledger. The total of gross earnings for all employee earnings, hourly wages, salaries, and commissions is called salary expense. The payroll register and employees' earning records provide all of the payroll information needed to prepare payroll and payroll tax reports. Journal entries are made to record the payment of payroll and employer payroll taxes. In addition, we have various quarterly and annual payroll tax reports that are required to report the payment of payroll taxes. Similar to a special journal, the column totals of a payroll register provide the debit and credit amounts needed to journalize a payroll. Data from the payroll register from 3 Green semi-monthly pay period ended December 15th are going to be summarized in the following T accounts. So the sum of the total earnings column, $8,076.75, is the salary expense for the pay period. Salary expense is debited for this amount. The total of each deduction column, except for the total column, is credited to a liability account. For example, federal income taxes of $494 were withheld from the employee's gross wages. The amount withheld is a liability of the business until the taxes are sent to the federal government. Therefore, employee income tax payable is credited for $494 to record this liability. Each of the other deduction columns are credited to a related liability account. Net pay column total of $6,269.87 is the net amount paid to each employee. So cash is credited for that $6,269.87. It is drawn on 3 Green's general checking account and it is deposited into a separate payroll checking account. Individual payroll checks are then written on the payroll checking account. For your information, the total of the earnings regular, earnings overtime, and deduction total columns are not used to journalize payroll. So we have these two, and total deductions are not listed here. Otherwise, you will find each one of these deductions are listed here as a liability. We know they're a liability because it says the word payable. All liabilities are going to be increased, so we're going to take a look at crediting them. Cash is being credited, so we have one debit for $8,076 and lots of credits that go along with it. Amounts recorded in the general column of the cash payments journal are posted individually to the general ledger account. The credit to cash, $6,269.87, is not posted separately to the cash account. The amount is included in the journal's cash credit column total that is posted at the end of the month. The same procedures are followed to post this journal entry to the appropriate columns as were described in Chapter 9. So the first step that we're going to do is go ahead and put in our date. Number 2 is write the title of the account debited, which is going to be salary expense in the account title column. Step 3 is to put check number 732 in the check column. Step 4 is write the total earnings for the pay period to salary expense of $8,076.75 in the general debit column. On the same line, we're going to write the total amount paid to employees $6,269.87 in the cash credit columns. On the next 5 lines, we're going to write the titles of the accounts related to each payroll deduction. Employee income tax payable, Social Security tax payable, Medicare tax payable, health insurance premiums payable, and retirement benefits payable on the account title column. On the same 5 lines, we're going to write the payroll deductions amount for each amount. So we're going to make sure that we have our credits add up to equal our debits.
We are much higher. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see this.
So we'll go ahead and work together to do the work together, but this is just, again, what section 13.1 is journalizing our payroll transactions and being able to analyze and get those into transactions.